Hey everyone, it's WHM Bricks back with another video, and today we have March on Naboo Part 2, Theed Edition. So, this mock was really inspired by what happened to my last Naboo mock. I titled it March on Naboo. If you haven't seen it, I'd go check it out. It's pretty cool. But it really took off, and I want to thank everyone who subscribed from that. That video gave me a lot of confidence and was able to boost me to do more mocks and then get to building Endor. So this is basically a part 2 version of that. So I decided to build Theed at one point, and I want to do it at a really large scale, but I thought I'd test it out first with a smaller mock like this. Turns out I'm never going to be able to build it at a large scale with the parts I have, but that is a hope in the future. If you guys do want to see that, please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting down below. But without further ado, let's get into the in-depth. So this mock depicts after Order 66, clones have come into Naboo to round up any civilians who have been causing trouble, and they have come to basically transition Naboo from the Republic to the Empire, as it is like Palpatine's home planet, so he kind of had a bigger presence there than maybe on some other planet. So these clones are marching some prisoners down the street, and you have some on rooftops, just making sure there's no trouble, but as you'll see, there is one guy who may cause some. So in front you have water. Basically there were a lot of canals with rivers and that kind of thing. So I really wanted to include that there. I really like the way this turned out. Just using some trans blue pieces, like 1x2s, and then underneath adding some different colored tiles. And then you have the wall. I added a lot of little like foliage and vines, just testing out different ways of doing it. And I think this worked out. It isn't my favorite. I feel like I could do better, but as it being the first time I'm doing this, I think it looks nice. The railing here is just pretty simple, with some tiles on top of some bricks and some round bricks in there to add a little bit more detail. The pathway here is a snot technique used, and I was able to get this nice pattern down the center, which I really like. In front you have windows, which are also snot. These were not the simplest thing to create, and the way they were created was kind of complex, but I really like the way they turned out, and I'm really happy with the way they look. On the bottom, I believe I used light gray behind it, and that was something I tested after using dark gray. The light gray looked a little bit better and popped out a little bit more. Up top you have some balconies, and as well as this clone maybe radioing another clone for backup or something. Then up top you have like an air conditioning unit, just some other like random pipes and that kind of thing. Another clone up here, and then coming around to the back, you'll see we have another figure. So this figure you might remember from the last March on Naboo if you have been part of this channel for a little while. But he is in here. I don't know if you can see it very well, but you do have him with his blaster ready to take out these clones and free the prisoners that have been captured. And so this is really just a depiction of more simple scene. There's lots of little details and techniques that I really like in this mock. And one of those things is just all the little curves I was able to introduce in this. Theed is a very elegant city, and when I think elegant, I think maybe a little bit more fancy, like curves, decorations. Things are a little bit unnecessary, but look nicer. So I was able to integrate that a little bit. I don't have a lot of like arches and stuff, so I did have to improvise here and there, but I do really like the way it looks overall. Around the bottom you do have a nice black base. It does not work out perfectly because I didn't quite think this fully through when I was building it. I was planning on using this road and didn't realize I'd need to add 2 more studs on the end, as that didn't work out quite right. The height of the water was also strange, so you'll notice there is some bracket pieces in there to help fill that gap. I do really like the way that looks, though. It adds a nice little like line that's a little bit darker, maybe showing where like the water's risen, and so that kind of thing. And then the stairs right here are pretty simple. There are a few gaps in there which I don't really like, but other than that, I do like the way they turned out. This was planned to be a much larger MOC and to lead back to a whole patio on the back, but I quickly realized I did not have enough parts and decided to scale the whole thing down. Up top, you also will notice there's just this sand green stripe. This was really just an attempt to add in that classic sand green roof color, as I really only have like 1x1s and 1x6s in sand green, so this was a nice way to incorporate that. But I do hope you guys did enjoy this video. It's a little bit shorter than most of mine. I really took the time to put some more detail into the MOC, and I wish I could have shown you maybe some time lapses and that kind of thing. But you guys did see the cinematic at the beginning, so I hope you guys did enjoy that. If this video does as well as the last one did, I will consider building another Naboo MOC, as it seems like those are pretty popular. But without further ado, that's it. This is my March on Naboo Part 2. I mean, it's not quite as storyline driven as the last one, but it's a little bit more detail focused and a little bit more elegant when it comes to the way it looks. The last one was a little bit more just thrown together last minute, really wanting to get a video out. This one took a little bit more time and had a little bit more thought. But if you guys did enjoy it, please remember to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe down below. Share this video as well. It really helps out the channel, as I am trying to hit 200 subscribers by the end of this year. So it'd mean a lot to me if you guys could subscribe. But without further ado, this is WHM Brick signing off. I'll see y'all guys next time. Goodbye.